you see the telethon?
No.
Jerry Lewis telethon. I might save my whole rap about the telethon for tomorrow, but because I have a lot of telethon tape, and Jerry's completely off his fucking rocker.
Yeah, I missed Jerry completely. By the time I got home and tuned it in, it was just that portion that they continue to play in New York with Tony Orlando, whose head is almost as big as Jerry's at this point.
Yeah, Gary was asking me if Jerry Lewis drops dead, which I guess is going to happen at some point soon, would the telethon die out? And the answer is yes. I mean, without Jerry, there's no telethon. You know, Tony Orlando is not going to take over.
Not taking over.
No.
He's not groomed anyone.
Plus, it's just such a weird thing. Like, people don't understand. I told this to kids. I go, the telethon used to be a big deal when I was a kid because we didn't have cable television. It was all just channel 2, 4, 7, and then you had, like, channels 9 and 11. And on channel 9 every year, it was the telethon, and it was a whole weekend, and you looked forward to it. And it was sort of relevant, you know.
But
Dean Martin would show up.
the biggest stars
would show up. What happens is Jerry's now 164 years old, and he thinks getting Jack Jones. Like, if a young guy took over the telethon, you'd probably get Maroon 5, you'd get Train, you'd get some young people on there. But it's a thing of the past. And every year you tune in to see if Jerry beat his previous record money-wise for muscular dystrophy. And then every year after the muscular dystrophy telethon, there would be articles in the newspaper outlining why Jerry's cause wasn't worthy of all this money because muscular dystrophy, not that many people had it. And did Jerry really care about the kids? Was he doing it for himself or was he doing it for the kids? And it was like, and Jerry would respond and get angry. It was a whole fucking mishegas. And now it's like, the telethon was on.
Yeah, you hardly notice, and nobody says anything about it.
I think this was the first year he made less money than he did the previous year, like by $10 million or something. Yeah. But I tuned in. Jerry Lewis was Jack Jones on. He has him on every year to sing Love Boat. I don't even think Jack Jones remembers how to sing Love Boat. It's like, I'm like, gee, wouldn't it be great if they had Perry Farrell? You know, it would be great.
Right.
And, you know, it's like 900-year-old people. But I think Jerry thinks like Jack Jones is happening. Like Jerry won't allow to have big bands on. Like you say, you tune in.
They still have the 50s kind of sound going.
Yeah, it's like I don't think Jerry understands that Jack Jones is no longer relevant. I saw Charo and Jack Jones.
This comes from...
I mean, it's unbelievable.
This comes from the wonderful Paul Williams and Charlie Fox.
Wow.
It comes.
No, he's supposed to say McCartney Lennon.
Love. Exciting and new. Couple boys. We're expecting you.
Is he purposely coming in late?
He can't sing it anymore.
No.
Love's sweetest reward. Let it flow.
Nice, huh?
It floats back to you.
He's like rapping.
The love boat.
See, all these songs, the lines used to be drawn up. The love boat.
I think I can sing it better. The love boat. The love boat.
Promises something for everyone.
Ay, ay, ay. And Charo. And then he wouldn't let Charo hug him because she has big tits and he doesn't want to get in trouble.
Oh, God. With who?
I don't know. If somebody cares that Jerry's hugging Charo. What?
Can you just please fast forward to the end of the Jack Jones? Because he lets out this high note. Or not a high note, but just...
All right.
Santa Claus for
Lucky for him, nobody was around to hear it.
like the last 30 seconds.
It's love. It's the love boat. It's love.
Still got it. Where'd that come from? After a whole talking thing,
he had to save it for this.
Wow. That was beautiful, Jack. Hey, vey. The love boat. Love. I'm going to do a whole wrap on this tomorrow. If I get started now, it'll go to 10 o'clock.
Veteran entertainer Jerry Lewis hosted his annual Labor Day telethon in Las Vegas this weekend to raise money for muscular dystrophy.
I'm tempted to play you all my clips now, but I would go for another hour.
It raised nearly $59 million to fund research aimed at finding a cure and for supporting the camps and helpful programs that the organization provides to sufferers every year. 21.5 hours the event lasted, and it featured performances from Leonard Skinner, Enrique Iglesias, so there was somebody who's current, David Archuleta from American Idol, Barry Manilow, Tony Orlando, Charo, Taylor Dane, and the cast of Fox's Glee, and many others.
The best clip is Jerry couldn't get through Walk On. Walk on through.
He's still having trouble.
Well, I think, how old is Jerry now? It looks like he's on death's door.
80-something? 84.
Yeah, he looks horrible. I mean, he's 84. For 84, he don't look horrible, but he's 84. And he's getting all sentimental now, like to the point where he can't even sing Walk On. And he's crying. Because I think he's crying because I think he's thinking about his own mortality, you know. That's the only, because he was carrying on. He couldn't even get through Walk On. Let me see, I'll play you that. Here I go. Hey, JD, which one is Walk On?
And the kind of look in the eye of the child, you all saw it without really distinguishing the moment. When Abby looked at me, if I had a camera...
What?
The one below it.
Oh.
It says crying throughout song.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead, sweetheart. Do me something. Can you take the lights down, Lee? Because they are so bright, I can't even think. Please.
Jerry's like a mess, and the lights are... Everything bothers him and irritates him.
Yeah.
That's what happens as you get old. It's best for me to wind down my radio career before I get too fucking old, because everything irritates me now. Imagine when I get older.
But it's part of your appeal. Maybe you'll get even more popular.
I'll be 100 years old. I'll be more popular.
When you walk through a storm, hold your head up high and don't be afraid of the dark. At the end of the storm.
I know, it's really hard to watch him and listen to him now.
Is a golden sky, and this sweet silver snow of a lark.
Oh, dear.
That band. He's crying now. He's sobbing.
Walk on through the rain. Though your dreams be tossed and blow.
Oh, my God. He's going wild. Bam. Oh, Jerry recovered.
Walk alone. Walk on, with hope in your heart.
So good when Jerry doesn't sing.
And you'll never walk alone. You will never walk alone.
Wow. Night, Jerry. Can't wait for next year.
Yeah, and you were right. They didn't raise as much money for the first time.
Right,
than
well.
they did the year before. They raised $60.5 million in 2009. They raised $59 million this year.
Yeah, I don't know. Jerry's crying. That's a whole emotional thing going on there.
Yeah, but you do wonder, what is the MDA going to do when Jerry...
Oh, they're done. But they got enough money. They're done because Jerry, who else could pull that telethon off?
He had a whole bunch of people helping him host.
Maybe I should take it over. I'll meet with Jerry and see if he wants me to take over. Not on my grave. I refuse.
He had Allison Sweeney, Nancy O'Dell, Jan Carl.
I didn't realize he had that kind of talent.
All helping him host the thing. Because I don't know how long he actually stayed on air.
Jerry Lewis is so whacked out of his skull. That telethon, it's the greatest thing ever. That Jerry Lewis telethon is the greatest thing ever.
Yeah, I was sorry I didn't get to see. I always like to get a little bit of Jerry.
I only got to see some of it after the fact because JD was pulling clips. But my goodness. Yeah, let me see if I can find it. Jerry Lewis. We got a whole page. But I'm not going to play you the whole page. But some of it's just, I don't know what to make of him. I know, like, his movies are considered genius and everything.
By
somebody.
By Jerry.
I know, by the French, and by Americans, too. I mean,
I don't know that there's a great deal of respect for Jerry. It's not like he's one of the Three Stooges. It was just, he was a guy during a time. He was a 50s guy, and that was all there was around. And so he was then. But as soon as somebody really funny came along, like Peter Sellers, you forgot about Jerry Lewis.
Yeah, he's so self-important that you start to think he was important.
Right. No, he's the only one really. I mean, I don't see people going, the only person is Eddie Murphy. He remade the
Nutty
Professor. But there's not a lot of people running around going, Jerry Lewis, Jerry Lewis, Jerry Lewis.
Right? Except for Jerry Lewis. He's so full of him. But I'm compelled by it. I can listen to him talk forever because he's so fucked up. He's so fucked up. He drives me crazy. And I know he's doing it for a good cause, muscular dystrophy and everything, but don't you always, when you see Jerry, think he's doing it because he wants to be on TV and not because he cares?
For years and years and years, I thought, what else is he doing in his career?
Right.
His whole career is this telethon.
Yeah, I mean, what else does he do?
Yeah.
I don't see him in movies anymore. I guess his life is the telethon.
Yeah.
And someone said to me, well, the telethon go on when Jerry dies. I go, no way. There's nobody who could be this self-important. I mean, there's just nobody. I mean, here he is just talking. He's riffing, And now he's an old man. He doesn't stay up all night like he used to.
Right.
He can only do...
How much does he do the telethon?
I don't know.
An hour or two?
Yeah, a couple of hours from what I understand. But I don't watch the thing. But when Jerry's on, you got to watch. It's like a train wreck.
I need for you to know, ladies and gentlemen, before we go to this lovely lady, I need you to know that my dreams as a kid was one day I'll be so famous everybody will know me. Well, I was 9 when I thought that way.
I mean, who would have the balls to sit on a stool at the telethon and start talking about their desire for fame? Who else would do that?
Jerry.
But Jerry, I wouldn't even be that relaxed to sit there and do it. He's so taken. But he knew at 9 he'd be famous.
Well, it was his lifelong dream that everybody would know his name.
Isn't this another way of Jerry saying he's a genius? Like, he knew at 9 that he would be famous. You know what I mean? It's like, look at the premonition, the God-chosen life.
I don't even think he's saying that. I think what he's saying is that this was an ambition that I have achieved.
And I thought that way when I was 82. It's a wonderful thing to become a celebrity. And it's a wonderful thing to be known.
And then I even admire him for saying that, because how many people ever, everyone walks around going,
oh, it's horrible.
It's horrible, the paparazzi. No, it's a wonderful thing to be famous. Trust me, I know.
He wanted it all his life.
Yeah, I understand that.
For what you create. Then I have people that come to me and they say, I grew up with you. And I say to the man, you, the adult, are not saying that to me. The kid in you is... I
mean, look at... He's lecturing now. Like, some guy came up and said, hey, I've been a fan of yours my whole life. No. Let me take some time out of my busy day so you understand. You're not saying that to me. The kid in you is saying that to me. And then I guess he's got the fake teeth and everything. And everything is just slow and important. And it drives me crazy. I go berserk when I hear Jerry. I could never be that full of myself. Where I imagine a fan came up to me and said, like yesterday I was walking in the park and a guy says to me, Howard, I was listening to you this morning. Wherever you go, I'm going. If you go to the internet, tell me how I got to hook up and I'll do it.
You don't say thank you. You say...
No, I stopped him and I go, the kid in you is saying that. I mean...
You're not saying that to me. The kid in you is saying that.
I said to the guy, thank you. That's so nice. Have a nice day.
Saying that to me. And the kid in me understands what he means. And when a country of Americans come to me and say, we've grown up with you, they're there now. I have to tread very, very carefully and be as good as I possibly can, because I need them to go to their pockets again. And they will.
Who even knows what he's rambling about? Now, when a gentleman comes up to me And he says, you know, I mean, people,